Okay, so we are still multiplying decimals, but the difference is both numbers in our multiplication problems are decimals, so it's going to be double counting for your decimal movement. We're going to go ahead and do the first three problems, 4, 5, and 6, and we're going to go ahead and start with problem 4. So you're gonna ignore the decimals at first, and you'll recognize with multiplying decimals, you do not have to line up the decimals. You only line up decimals when you are adding or subtracting. So when you are multiplying, you're ignoring them because the decimal is the last step that you're gonna be doing. But your first step is just to multiply your numbers like you normally would. So in this case, the number 1 in problem 4 is gonna be multiplied by the 6, the 9, and the 0. And we're gonna go ahead and do that. 6 times 1 is 6. 9 times 1 is 9. 1 times 0 is 0. And now we move on to the 7. We just did the 1, so I just crossed it out. Now we're going to be multiplying 7 times 6. But before we get to do that, you have to put the place value in there. Because if you think about it, this is really 7 tens, or 70 times 6. And 7 times 6 is 42, so you leave the 2, carry the 4. 9 times 7 is 63. 63 plus 4, excuse me. 63 plus 4 is 67, so leave that 7, carry that 6. Sorry, the big numbers are jumbling my head. And then 7 times 0 is 0, plus 6 is 6. And now you just add these two rows of numbers. 6 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 2 is 11, leave the 1, carry a 1. 0 plus 7 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. And then 6 plus an imaginary 0 is 6. So right now as the number stands, it's 6,816. That is incorrect. So now you got to go back to your two numbers up here. So they have decimals. So now you're going to have to count the decimals. Always remember when you're counting the decimals first, you're going to be moving to the right, left, to right when you first count. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so for 9600ths, we have, put your pen or pencil on the decimal and you're counting to the right. 1, 2 spots that the numbers are in. And now we go down to 7 and 1/10. Put your pen or pencil on the decimal and you count. In this one, we only have 1. So now you're gonna add these two together, which gives us a total of 3 decimal spots. So now we're gonna go to our answer. Now for your answer, you are moving right to left. It's the opposite of what you did originally. So we're gonna put our pen or pencil on the right side of our last number in our answer. And now we're gonna count 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. On the third spot where your pen or pencil ends up, you're gonna go ahead and put that decimal, and you can make it bigger if you want. And now our number is 6 and 816 thousandths. So our number is a lot smaller than what we thought it is, or was. It's nowhere near 6,816. It's now 6 wholes and 816 thousandths, which is almost 1. So that's all you're doing for these. You're counting the decimal spaces after you've multiplied your both numbers. And then you just move them based on the positions that you counted out. So let's go ahead and move on to here. So we're going to multiply 6 by all the top numbers first. So 6 times 5 is 30. Leave the 0, carry the 3. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 plus 3 is 39. Leave the 9, carry the 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus 3, 21. And then you leave the 21 down here because we don't have another number in this place value. Put a 0 because we finished the 6. We're now doing 2, which is really 20. 2 times 5 is 10. Leave a 0, carry a 1. Put the 1 on top of the 6 because that's the number we're in. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. Leave the 3, carry the 1. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. And now you just add. Right now we have 0 plus 0 is 0. 9 plus 0 is 9. 1 plus 3 is 3. 2 plus 7 is 9. So again, our number that we have here is 9,390, which is incorrect. We need to count our decimal spaces. Putting my pen on the top decimal number, it is 1, 2 spaces. Second number, it's only 1. A total of 3 spaces that I need to move to the left. So here we go, 1, 2, 3. My new number is 9 390 thousandths. And we're moving on to our last one, last example that we're doing together. So multiply straight up again, 2 times all the numbers on top. 2 times 7 is 14, leave the 4, carry the 1. 2 times 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, and then 2 times 0 is 0. If only they could all be this simple. Put a 0 on your second row before you multiply your 5. 5 times 7 is 35, leave the 5, carry the 3. 5 times 0 is 0, 0 plus 3 is 3. 5 times 0 is 0. Now you add. We have 4 plus 0 is 4, 1 plus 5 is 6, 0 plus 3 is 3, and then 0 plus an imaginary 0 is 0. And you do want to solve that all the way because a decimal could change it. I mean, you can get a decimal that comes to here and you'll end up having a number that's smaller than you thought. So in this case, we have 2 spots on the top number, 1 spot on the second, a total of 3. So we're going to move 3, 1, 2, 3, and you will see that our number is smaller than you thought. You probably thought it was 364, but it's really 0 364 thousandths. Tiny. And that's all you're doing for when you multiply 2 decimals together. Just make sure you count the spaces, the place values or the spaces, starting left to right, and then adding them into your answer going right to left. So I hope you guys keep practicing, and good luck.